Hello again. So happy you could join me on this beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you're at. I'd like to start off by thanking all my viewers and subscribers. I really do appreciate it. I always try to get back with you as soon as I possibly can. Today it's the usual pre-stretch canvas 16 by 20. What I did was I went to your local hardware, got spray painted some different blues and colors. And after I let that dry, I went over it with a thin coat of liquid clear. That's going to help the oils go on a lot smoother. And you'll see that if you missed a spot, the oil is a drag. So you want to make sure you cover it with a thin coat of liquid clear. Today I did a couple of desert scenes, and I had a thought last night, maybe I'll do an Oasis on this one. Maybe we'll have some distant mountains. Maybe a mountain here with a waterfall coming down into the Oasis with some palm trees, flowers. That's the idea. So, any information on all the colors you'll need to paint along with me will come across the screen right about here. So that's where we're at so far. I loaded it up with a thin coat of liquid clear. We're going to take these two fan brushes that I do like to use for the sky, and who knows, it's a desert scene. Oh, I don't know. Let's start out with some white, liquid white. Just liquid white on the fan brush. Just like that. Determine where we want our light source to be. Maybe it can be off here. Since we're going to have a distant mountain, it's going to be like a blue, gray, the way they would look. Maybe this goes all the way across. Add a little bit more white. Maybe we'll have a vulture in there since it's a desert. Maybe it goes right across. Maybe we'll take some yellow, have a yellow sky, cadmium yellow, just like that. We'll load that up in here. All the way. We'll take this blender brush and go into that in a minute. I'm going to get into some oranges now. On this same brush, just load it up. Don't even have to clean it. Get some orange going. Just like that. We'll come in. Do the orange up here. All the way. All the way down. Just like that. That brush aside, come into this soft blender brush. I start out by tapping this. Kind of softens it. Then you can use the tip of it and come up into the colors. Circular motions. Circular motions all the way up into that orange. And all the way down here. Pull all that down. Like it's coming up already, or the sun is going down. Take that other little fan brush and go into just the white. Come in down here and brighten this up. I think that needs to be brighter. Just like that. Wipe off that blender brush. Come in here and tap again. All the way across. Circular motions just to get that brighter in there. Right across. I kind of like what's happening in there. Now we'll come in with a distant mountain. We'll put a distant mountain. Let's see, what colors do we want? I loaded it up with some alizarin crimson, phthalo blue. Get a little roll of paint right across the top of them. And come in and determine where we might want that to be, that distant mountain off to the side here. Goes right along that edge there. Maybe that comes down just like that. Maybe it's one of those hills that broad. Kind of span out. It's got all that stuff happening up there. Now we'll come into the little brush we use for the liquid clear, put on the canvas, and we'll pull this down. And pull it in all kinds of different angles and the way you want that mountain to look in the back. Kind of blends. Kind of blend it right away. I'm going to clean that brush off. Take some of that paint off the mountain. You'll see it lightens it towards the bottom. That's what you want. No, maybe that goes way off. Clean that off again. Come in and pull it. Clean it off again. Wipe off that excess. Get that misty look down there. That mistiness that you're looking for. All the different angles and brush strokes. Get some neat things happening back there. And that's what you want. You just want that distant mountain. Cleaning the brush off with odorless paint thinner, and that's always a good thing. and I wipe it off with a rag. Now we'll come into the blender brush. We'll tap this base here and mist it. And give it that misty. All the way. I want to pay attention to the lay of the mountains and try to come down on that the same way. You keep all that, the angles. Keep all that angles happening. Just want to diffuse that. Mist it. Give it that soft look. Off in the distance. Yet it's sharp. You know, it kind of stands out. And that's kind of what you're looking for. Maybe there's some things happening here, but right here I think I'm going to put a waterfall and make our Oasis in there. So I'm going to take some, what I did was I mixed Alizarin Crimson and Sap Green to get a brown color, almost like a Van Dyke brown. And what I'm doing is getting a little roll of paint, all marbled, mixed it all up and had it run down the side of the palette knife. You're going to put that on the canvas where we want our waterfall to be. Maybe we'll make it a little bit down here, I think, just below the sun's. Maybe it comes down just like that. We'll have the waterfall just breaking over the edge. Get more paint on there, leaving it marbled. Come up where we want some rocks to be. Rocky formation. Something that you might see in the desert. Just pulling this down. You get that kind of things happening. More paint. All the way down on the knife. You just pull that down. And all that breaks. All that gives you that come into some darker color for back here. Since this will be in the shadows. Just mix it all up. Get all kinds of things happening. Now you come into some white. Leave it marbled. Get some things happening on there. Different rock formations and get it darker over here. Pull that down. More white. Leave it marbled. barely tapping it, barely pulling down. Get some more up here where the sunlight might be hitting it. Some more weight. Maybe there's rock formations there. Just all kinds of different things in there. Okay, got that going on. Come into the brush that we used for that mountain, and we'll pull this down here. Right down, kind of soft. Kind of right where we might want that mountain. Kind of peak the base of it. And I come right across and put the waterfall in there. Clean that brush off. Pulling it off and coming down. Just at the base. Maybe it comes right around a little bit. The blender brush. Blend that in. Pulling it up. Pulling it down. All kinds of little things. Leave some blue in there from the. We can come back in and highlight with some more brown. Maybe we can make some rocks or something. Maybe there. Just like that. Just like that. Have all kinds of breaks. Who knows? And the neck goes right over the top of that. That looks good. Now we put the waterfall in. Use that little fan brush here with some liquid white. Load it up just like that. And we'll determine where we want the waterfall to come out at. Maybe right there. All the way down. coming out here towards the mountain. All the way down. Now we'll take some of that off of there, and we'll just come in and pull it. Make that misty out there. Get that fogginess. Okay. Now we can put some grassy areas back there, I think. We've have some palm trees here, flowers. Make this a kind of pond area. Okay, I could do some liquid clear, sap green, midnight black, and some brown. A darker green back there. Where the Oasis will start. Just tapping this. Getting that dark green color. We'll come in and we'll highlight it. We'll come in and we'll highlight that. Take off some of that green and make it a little lighter. Come in here and have some of that green coming right down up the mountain. Sometimes the way it looks, got all kinds of things growing up it. All the way like that. We might make this little land all the way down. Where we're going to have the flowers and the palm trees and all I'm doing is tapping. Tapping and getting that look. We'll come in and put that mist in. looks just like that. Maybe that will leave that water there. Who knows? We'll come right around here. Right around here with this green. All I'm doing is tapping this. Maybe that can go right down here. Step back. Determine how we want this to look. This angle here. Maybe make it hillier. Maybe it goes all the way. All the way back behind there. Since this is an Oasis, I think we'll pull this right down. Where it got lighter there. Away from the darkness. Now we can come in and make some mist. Just going to use this brush right here. A little bit of liquid clear and just come in and tap this down here. Tap it right at the base. All the way up. Where you think it gets misty. Where you think it gets misty. I'm going to clean off that blender brush. It has that brown on there. And we don't want the brown. Knock the excess off. Paint thinner. And we'll come in and just use a circular motion like you would maybe the clouds. Tapping it, making it misty. We'll add some more white in that same little brush. Tapping it. Use the blender brush, just a corner. Got all kinds of things happening in there. All the way down. Looks pretty good to me. Now, the Oasis. I think I'm going to bring that in more. Making it thicker back there. Just like that. I like that look better. Come into some browns. Mixing up some browns again. And we'll get a little roll of paint right across. And we'll come in right underneath here. Right underneath there. Drop in some darkness. All the way. In here we can do the same. Just a little bit here and there. And that little bit of the edge. Just a little bit to break it up. Fan brush. There we had the white on. Come in here and we'll just tap this. Get that little edge going a little bit more. All the way through. All I'm doing is tapping this. So we've got a little bit of that rough look. And we'll come down and we'll pull this here. Tapping it, pulling it down. Get that water line. Just barely though. Come into some white with the brown. And pull that down. Some of that color going. some of that reflection. Then the water looks darker in those areas. Right by the shoreline. And let's see, let's take this brush here and we'll pull down. Pull down even more. Get that water. That little reflection that we're looking for. Kind of what we're looking for. All the way down. Clean off that brush real quick. Come into the blender brush and pull it down. Go across. Get that water, that mist. Some of that. Let's get some color down in here from the lightness. Yellows. And the oranges. Get some of that reflection down in the water. Blend that in there. Get some of that going. The blender brush, tapping it. Circular motions, kind of blending that all in there. Kind of like that, just the way that is. Kind of sets that off, gives it that look right into here. Right in through here, where we're getting this look down. Almost like a water's edge. Almost like the water's edge right there. And all we're doing is we're taking the paint off of there. We're getting that white look. Come into some white now. Little roll of paint right on the knife. And we'll tap in a water line. Got some water lines going there. Some stuff down here. Right like that. White, maybe right where it would be splashing up. Come in and we'll tap this. Kind of soften that just a little bit. You run that water line right across there. Just like that. Looking like an Oasis. Well, now we can put in some palm trees. Palm trees. Let's see. We use this brush right here. Some liquid clear. And some dark brown. Dark brown. Load it right up on the brush, just like that. Maybe we can have some trees right here. Couple there for the Oasis. Couple more there. Make some closer here too. Maybe there's one right there. knows? Who knows where the other ones would be? Put some in here. There's a big one right here, coming right up. Right down there, that looks pretty good. Have it coming over. See how this one turns out. Right there. Maybe we'll have another little one. Maybe a little one right here, coming on an angle. All three right there, we have the flowers. We'll start putting some branches in and see where we're at. See where we're at. We'll use this liner brush here. Go into the greens, the blacks. Who knows, maybe some yellows. Liquid clear. Thins it out. Load it right up, just like that. And we'll start from the distant trees here, and we'll put some things happening. And the Oasis. Just like that. That one turned out pretty good. Darken some colors. Darken them up. Off in a distance. Be able to see too good the detail. And being in the mountain. In here. closer. It'd be bigger. Just keep grabbing more paint. You can tell when you start to run out. And we got some right here coming. All the way down. All the way into the mountain. Like that. Come in and pull down. Pull down the branches. Just keep loading it up. All the way down. It's a little time consuming, but it's nice when you get it done. You look back, you say, yeah, that looks pretty takes the most time because you got to do one at a time. One little branch at a time. Now I think maybe we'll come in a little bit lighter colors for this mountain. Help them stand out. We'll try that and see. Now I think we'll go into the darker color. There's a lot of mountain color on there, so don't know how. Going to turn out. It's going to be blended in maybe. Using some more liquid. Clear. Got those happening in there. Coming into the darker. All that stuff happening in there. We'll come back in with some lighter color, highlight it, bring it out. Yellows. Just like that. We'll come into the lighter, whiter colors. Get some white on there. A bit of brown. We'll highlight these trees here. A little bit of a indication of, use this one brush here to come in and pull this, tap it, just the corner of it, all the way down, get that nice reflection. All the way up. stand out a little more back in there. A little bit more down here, I think. No, I don't know. I kind of like that darker there because it's more behind. It's more behind it. Now, come into some lighter colors to highlight. Highlight and enhance that, I think. Lighter green. Just like that. Lighter green. Kind of gets things happening in there. Makes it stand out. Hope it's showing up where you're at, because it is highlighting it. It is giving it that nice little shadowy look. Just like that. Tell you what, I need to come up here. Finish off this one. All the way down. Now I'll put some flowers in. Put a bird in over there. Maybe we can put a vulture. Since you're in the desert. Load it up on that brush there. Just coming around. Looks good. Okay, now we can start putting some flowery things in. And for that we'll use a little brush like that. Liquid clear, liquid clear. We'll come right into some reds, red color. We'll do blues and reds. We're just tapping that. just tapping that for that red color. Just like that. We'll come in and find out where we want some of these red little flowers to be. Maybe going up the hill, coming down. Those are colorful. Maybe you could have some over here too. Off in the distance. All the way down to the water. Bushes. Flowery bushes up here. Just like that, just like that. Now we'll come in. Who knows? What other colors do we want to put in there? Probably some blues. Light blue. Hold up the same brush, same way, just like that. And we'll tap in some blue. A little bit of blue flowers here and there. Leave that just like that, dark in there. We'll come in and we'll put some blue flowers that maybe go back up in there. I know. Need some yellow ones. Need some yellow flowers. That always makes it. That always breaks it, makes it. Okay, step back. Make these kind of blend in some. Maybe there's some back here. On the hillside. On the hillside. Got some color things happening. What I'm going to do is pull down this in the water. Just like that. Get the illusion of the palms. Here, we got some of that liquid clear. Nice little oasis. The reflection down in the water. I think I'm going to call this a completed painting. Looks good to me. And we'll come into some yellow color. Sign it in the corner. I always like signing mine with my last name. I always like putting the year in. The year which it was painted. There you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. A little bit different. I hope you're painting along with me. I hope to see you again.